Welcome to another unit in this Excel course. In this unit, I'm going to revisit a topic we talked about earlier, if conditions. But in this context, I'm talking in particular on the functions and or. So here we already see I have two if conditions. So if this is the case and this is the case. What if I want to make this look a bit more professionally? So if I also do not want to have the different separations here. So if I just want to know what happens if both conditions are fulfilled at the same time. Then I could just go and replace this with an AND condition. AND means both should be fulfilled. I open the AND and then I have to insert two conditions. So for example, the B2 should be smaller than 2.5 and the B2 should be smaller than 1.5. I could add additional parts, but this is only for the AND. Then I could carry on. Okay, in this case, display 2 stars, else, well, display no star. That's actually the problem. If I work with the AND, I can check both conditions work at the same time. If I work with one if after another, then I can actually decide what to report in each of those situations. So what if only the first condition is met, what if only the second one is met, and so forth. This I cannot do with the AND, but if I have a lot of conditions, I can use this. So for example here, I could also go with if the first condition and the second condition are both better than 2.5, only then give this guy a star, else don't give him anything. So here, only those which are better than 2.5 in both exams actually are marked with a star. That's how the AND works. Now I could do the, let's call this logical opposite. So I could go with OR. If either this is better than 2.5 or that is better than 2.5 or both are better than 2.5. This also means the OR, the logical OR in Excel is an inclusive OR. So it has either this or that or both. If it were an exclusive OR, it would only have either this or this. The both case means it's inclusive. Okay, so here with OR, I check first, is this smaller than 2.5? Semicolon, that's the other OR condition. Or, C2 smaller than 2.5. That's both conditions, so close this. Semicolon, because these were all the conditions I have. Then report a star if this is the case. Do not report anything if this is not the case. And then if I again fill this for all of them, I see, well, for them where the AND was fulfilled, this is again fulfilled as well. So in all these cases here, but it's also fulfilled for other ones, like with this one. Here, Bob has a 1.3 in the first exam, but only a 2.7 in the second. So here, only the first case is fulfilled. On the other hand, if I take a look at Michael, here he had a 4 in the first, 1.7 in the second, so only the second condition is fulfilled. With Mark, none of the two conditions is fulfilled. So he does not get a star in any of the cases. And well, that's mostly all there is on AND and OR. And as I said, with AND, I can only check both of them. I cannot separate, like if the first is fulfilled but not the second, then do this. This is only if I put one if into another. If I want to do the same thing for the OR, so if this is fulfilled, do this. If that is fulfilled, do this. If both of them are fulfilled, do that. Then I need to use one if, use a second if, and use a third if. So I can also replace the or with different ifs, but then would be one after another after another. Well, that's always the question what you actually want to achieve. If you want to have all of them at once, use the and or function. If you want to have them like step by step by step in the evaluation, then use multiple ifs. Okay, so that was all on using and or functions, so the two logical functions. Someone might say, yeah, but there's a third logical function. Yeah, there is. That's the not function. But, well, we don't really need a not function because we can just write condition like this in the opposite way, so in its logical opposite, then this works as well. But just for completion's sake, we have and, we have or, and we could go here with not as well. So if you want to have the opposite of the or, for example, then you could go with not or. This is just as an additional comment. As I said, it's seldomly used. Well, so that's all. This concludes this session on and or. And if you want to see more on Excel, feel free to visit the rest of the course or have a look at the corresponding playlist. I say goodbye and, well, see you next time.